All right, so the DCAs, back to the DCAs, our drums are subgrouped here, guitars here, vocals here, choir mics here, so you don't have to flip back over and get to the choir mics. You can control them there. Same thing with the drums and guitars. These operate a little bit differently than a typical group mix. I'm not going to go over the differences right now, but you'll see if I hit mute on the drums, the drum channels do not mute. Cool. If I mute them, it mutes all the drum channels. If I turn it up or down, it turns them up or down. Now, how do I assign, if I want to assign something to one of these groups, how do I do that? Well, what I do, and I don't have two hands because I'm holding the camera here, but if I wanted to assign more channels to the drum, I would hold down select on the drum DCA subgroup. You'll see when I hold that down, I'm pressing it down right now, you'll see the lights of the select button come on any channel that's assigned to it. So if I wanted to unassign that overhead drum channel, I would, while I'm pressing it, let's see if I can do this. There we go. See, I would come over here and unassign it by pressing it. If I want to assign something else, I just keep holding down the select button of the DCA, and then I add whichever channels I want onto it. And that goes the same for any of the DCAs. All right, and then our bus mix group here. These are used for monitors and for in-ears and for the live broadcast. So under bus 1 is the floor monitor up on the stage, the wedges up front, and wherever else we put them. Choir monitors here. We've got, and these are like sub mixes for these things. So on the old board, you'd use the auxiliary send to do these things. The broadcast stream, so that's going to the live stream. It's also going to the CD recorder, and it's also going to the USB recorder if we wanted to record to USB. This mix feeds them all. You'll see Phil's ears left and right. Those are his in-ear wireless monitors. You got Clint ears left and right. We'll relabel that. Phil got another wireless system, but it doesn't need to be assigned to Clint. I just did that while we're setting it up. And then bus 9 through 16, you'll see mix bus drum, mix bus bass, mix bus guitar, e-guitar, and then an extra one, mix bus ears 4. So mix bus drum, if you can see up there that that power drum monitor, it is not headphones, so that affects that. Same thing for the bass guitar. There's one of those powered monitors over there for the bass. And then mix bus e-guitar, that's going, we've got some patches coming through behind the wall, back there behind the stage, and they're feeding that. And so anybody who has an iPad, whoever, so whoever's drumming on their iPad or iPhone or their tablet, phone, whatever, they can pull up the X32 app and actually log in, and they will be able to adjust their own mix. Same for all of these. Same for Phil and whoever uses this one. Yes, so you shouldn't have to worry about any of those mixing a monitor for that unless they need help with something and you need to help them out. But really the floor, choir, broadcast, left and right, you'd want to listen to that. And check the broadcast feed. That's 9 through 16. The other buses here are for effects. We're not going over those yet. Then our matrix sends. These are important, as you will see. This. You always have this. The left and right. These are the mains. The mono or center commons. That is the speaker over in the commons, which is blocked off right now, so it's muted. So if there was something going on in both rooms, we would want that muted so that whatever's going on in here doesn't happen over there. But in a typical Sunday when that room is opened up, with the exception of 11 o'clock, if they close it off, you want to unmute that. And then over here, side fills. So this is the volume for the fills over on the left and right under the overhang. So that's up. The balcony, same thing. that, you know, the balcony's up there. Those are those speakers, and there's one up there. So you can adjust the volume separately for those. If nobody's in the balcony, you can mute it, but you can just leave it on, doesn't hurt. And then these, just leave these where they are. We had to utilize this in order to tune the room correctly and get the right processing that we needed. And basically all of these matrix sends right now are being fed from the main mix. So you don't have to do any separate mixing or anything other than you have an overall volume for those things. If you do need to turn down the subwoofer a little bit, if it's too bumpy, you can bring this down a little bit, but it's nicely tuned with itself if it stays there, and then you can make adjustments with the EQ on your bump and your boom. But if you need just less, if it's 11 o'clock and they're like, hey, it's too bumpy in here, just turn it down. All right, cool.